What is up, Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. If you are new here, subscribe so you can be notified anytime we make one of these videos talking about awesome books and awesome ways to get kids excited about reading. Today is a What My Kids Are Reading video. I make about 2 of these a month, and I'm just going to go around the room and share with you all of the different amazing books that my wonderful 5th graders are reading. First up, your pal Fred. If you haven't read this 2022 graphic novel, you should. It's hilarious. It's wild. It's like an post-apocalyptic. The world is falling apart. Fred is like a robot or something, gets activated, and he is the most positive thing in this world. Like, everyone is grouchy and fighting and wars, and then Fred's just like so happy. It's so over the top, hilarious, amazing. Next up, Two-Headed Chicken. Tom Engelberger, the author of The Strange Case of Origami Yoda, created the book that we started the school year with. And this book is just brand new, and they are so into it. So many kids have read it because they are just in love with Tom Engelberger. And I love that about Read Aloud. When one book in a Read Aloud leads to you reading other books in that series or other books by that author. Yes, let's go. And then finally, the awesome book of edible experiments for kids. I recently purchased $650 through a grant of nonfiction books for my students. And yesterday, I introduced all of those books to the kids. We did a book pass. You can find videos all about that on my channel. And one of my kids was so excited about this book, and it made me so happy. He really wanted us to get some more books about cooking in the classroom. So why not get Kate the chemist, all kinds of awesome edible science experiments. All right, let's see what we have at the next table. First up, Wild Vet Adventures, another one of those informational books. It's really cool. All kinds of stories of veterinarians saving animals around the world. It's one of those National Geographic for Kids books. Of course, the photography is amazing. Of course, the design is fantastic. Check it out. It looks really awesome. I haven't read that one yet. The book that is making its rounds again this year for the 2nd year in a row, this book has captivated a classroom, is Megan Freeman's Alone, the story of a girl who, in the middle of the night, everyone in the town leaves, but she is staying at her grandparents' house. No one knows. And so they all leave, and she's left alone in Colorado. She has no idea why everyone left, what's going on in the society. All the cell phones are in like a trash can, and she is stuck there alone. As you know, Colorado has all different seasons. Being trapped alone all by yourself is pretty wild, and she's there for a long time. This novel in verse is fantastic. And then Bones by Steve Jenkins, another book from our book pass yesterday. This is a book that so many kids were into. They were fascinated by it. It's one of those books that they were pointing at things and wanting to show other kids, and they just couldn't get enough of it. Steve Jenkins, one of the greatest nonfiction writers for kids. So good. All right, let's head on over to table number 3. Another kid reading Steve Jenkins' Bones. Good thing I accidentally bought 2 copies because they can't get enough of this. So fun. All right, next up, Dogman. Looks like maybe only one kid in class is reading Dogman. How about that? Kids say, oh, all I do is reread Dogman. No, they will reread Dogman because it's awesome. And when the next Dogman comes out, a bunch of kids will be rereading these because they're awesome. But just one kid reading Dogman, and he's reading the first one. I need to ask if this is their first time reading it or if it's a reread. Always fun to see. Ooh, this is a graphic novel series that has been really, really popular the last several weeks. The Click graphic novels. This is ACT, which is kind of fun, closing in on an election. And there's also a camp one that a lot of kids have been reading because we just got back from 5th grade camp. If you haven't checked out this graphic novel series, it's wildly popular in my class. It's phenomenal. The Odd One's out. I don't know this book. This kid in my class bought it. He bought 2 books, bought both of them, went to the, I think, Walmart or something and got them. So he's been telling me about them. Sounds like I need to check him out because he is loving them. Makes me really happy. Should we put these back where they go? And then Bat, and The End of Everything. One of my kids has been captivated by this series. He read one in just a few days, and he got right into this one and is really enjoying it. I am having a great time listening to him tell me about these books. I'm so proud of that reader. Steve Jenkins, Down, Down, Down. Can you tell that I'm a big Steve Jenkins fan? And kids are too. So, you know, you got to give the kids what they want. And Steve Jenkins is what they want. I was looking through this one during the book pass yesterday, and it was just really, really cool. So it's another Steve Jenkins book. Let's go. The Fellowship of the Ring. Definitely not my taste in books, but this kid is not messing around. Not messing around at all. I'm very impressed. He just got to like section 2 and he's just killing it. I'm like, dang, do you want to take a break? He's like, no, it's awesome. I can't stop reading this. more power to you. And Catherine Applegate's Otter, which recently hit the New York Times bestseller list when it was published a few weeks ago. Phenomenal book from Catherine Applegate. The first time she's brought us a novel in verse since Home of the Brave. You are going to want to meet Otter. It is just an amazing creature and a wonderful story. The way that you kind of go back and forth in time is fascinating and captivating and so stinking. This kid picked this book up in the very first station of the book pass, and he just went to every single station with this one and couldn't stop reading it, and now he's reading it again. And it makes me happy because when we were creating this list of books to use the grant money for, he was like, I need books on like planes or tanks, that sort of thing. So he was so excited to see that I valued his opinion and picked up this plane book. So yay, a lot of nonfiction today. Isn't that exciting? It's amazing what happens when we book talk nonfiction, when we buy great nonfiction books for our classroom, when we're just immersing kids in great books to learn. Another book in the Click series, Besties, Find Their Groove. I think this is the one that I just got, the brand new one. So see, you can see part of the Click family. I did buy 2 of these Who Would Win, I don't know, there's 5 of them in one. I don't know what to call that. Not collaborations. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? They took 5 of the Who Would Win books, put them all in one hardcover book around like a theme. Oh no, this isn't one of, yeah it is. Sorry. It's 5 in 1. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ground Zero, yes. Making some progress. I love this book. If you haven't read Ground Zero, you can see why it's been on the New York Times bestseller list for so long. Phenomenal Alan Gratz, master storyteller. Let's do it. And one of the greatest graphic novels ever written, the Newbery Honor winning Deafo. This is a book that a lot of times when my kids get to 5th grade, they haven't heard of, and I have a blast introducing it to them, helping them to see just another awesome book for them to add to their to-read list. So that's what we have that my 5th graders are reading. I hope that you found some books to add to your to-read list. I hope that your kids are reading amazing books. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.